Good evening. This side Rahul Magan here as a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting. As we speak, Treasury Consulting is a multi asset and multinational hedge fund. However, we are 100% proprietary in nature. By proprietary, I mean to say no third party. No third party can invest capital in our funds. Please take a note of that. Around March 2022, when Federal Reserve started hiking the rates, many so-called Einstein, Edisons and Newton, they praised Federal Reserve that they are doing their job as far as the taming of inflation is concerned. I came in public domain and clearly said that this would have severe negative repercussion very soon across the globe. And today, in the very first week of 2023, these repercussions are quite apparent. The top companies like Amazon, Apple, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, other respective technological companies, the so-called loss-making startups, even few governments, they are either cutting the jobs or they already freezed the hiring. As we speak, one of the largest bank in the globe, who practically works almost everywhere in the globe, Goldman Sachs, is cutting approximately 3,200 jobs. Now, this is the official statistics of Goldman Sachs. And I might not be surprised that if in the later stages I will see other top banks of Asia, without mentioning any specific name, they would also replicate what Goldman Sachs is up to as we speak. Depression has started. Today, crypto.com, one of the largest crypto exchanges in the world, they are cutting 20% of the staff of their workforce. Yesterday, Coinbase, one of the largest crypto exchanges in the world, cutting around 950 jobs. Unfortunately speaking, when the big brands, those who are big, and if they are cutting such huge quantity of the jobs, it means that the ground reality is pathetic and they are forced to cut the job. But unfortunately speaking, if you ask this rationale from any central bank, specifically Federal Reserve, their answer would be labor market is strong. In fact, that is their answer, because very recently when they shared their minutes of meeting in the public, they were hawkish. Yes, because of their hawkish tone, for a while the gold went down. But as we speak, 12th January 2023, gold is approximately $1,910. And I remember that many Einstein, Edisons and Newtons predicted gold 1500 and few predicted even 1450 also. And I was reading the articles as always, but no comments from my side, because I was simply reading the articles and observing the logic behind their predictions. Now gold is 1912, is trying to consolidate his position at 1950. I'm not sure whether this consolidation would work or not. The reason being, in the commodities market, whether it is precious market, agriculture, base metal, palladium, platinum, or you name it, the manipulators are more than the hedgers or speculators. We have seen that even the big banks of United States acted as a speculator in the precious metal market. So, fundamentally speaking, gold should be 1950 soon, fundamentally, but technically speaking, we have big manipulators in the market and they have the firepower to manipulate. The only thing I would like to place in this video, and I know that many eyebrows would be raising, is that there is there are two ways to handle the depression, according to me. Number one, we let depression continue and let depression decide our way of life, which means we working in XYZ company. If we get fired, okay. If our salary reduced, okay. If our medical benefit, pension, provident fund, pension fund, gratuity, EPF, if it is decreased, okay. This is one way of handling the depression, which practically means you surrender yourself and let the depression decide how depression wanted to handle you. Many people go with this path because they believe that they don't have the firepower to handle the depression. And second category is those who handle depression in a relatively opposite way, which means they read magazines, newspaper, research, internet, Google, different websites, and try and gather what the hell is going inside the system. And then they try to upgrade their knowledge in a finest way, because depression, recession is a time when you can increase your knowledge. The reason being, you will get so much information in the market which you hardly get during boom. Hardly get during boom, because in boom time people speak only profits, while in recession and depression time people speaks reality, few. I am going with second way as always, because I believe that depression is a very handy time. You need to do thorough research. You will get more information in the newspaper, internet, everywhere. But I know it is painful. Lot of efforts is required. Not at all easy. Many people do not like it. Their eyebrows are raised and so on and so forth. But guys, please understand that, like I told you on 31st December 2023-22, that 2023 would be very difficult year to predict. The volatility, you mention asset class, it hardly makes any difference, but volatility would continue. Probably as the time would progress, we may see substantial volatility in the capital markets. Now, please note that when I'm using a word capital markets, I'm using global capital market. It's not specific to United States or India or any other respective country. I mean global. This is what my apprehension is always, that how long this depression would continue. I don't have any answer as we speak, because that thoroughly, not completely, rather thoroughly depends upon how these central banks would continue to hike the rate. Whether they would be hiking at a decelerate rate. Example, Federal Reserve will say we continue to hike but 25 bips each time, maximum, not more than 25 bips. That would also do damage, but in a little slow manner. But what would if in the next meeting of the Federal Reserve they say we are hiking by 25 bips or probably 50 bips, maybe 75 bips, we know what would happen to the job market, equity market and all. Now, I don't know whether central banks would stop these rate hike because they do not understand that they are chasing the wrong side of the inflation with a wrong tool, and the result is coming negative. We can clearly see that. Rest, guys, it is up to you how you have decided to handle the depression, whether you would be thoroughly dependent on the media, or probably you would be thoroughly dependent on the newspapers, or maybe you would be devoting your time in research, in innovating new things, try and linking the one information with another information and getting a meaning of it, so on and so forth. I leave this on your finest sense of judgment, but my decision is very clear that I would be handling this depression like other depressions and recessions in a research manner. That's it. If people eyebrows are raised, let it be, but I would continue to focus on my research as always. This is Rahul Magan from Treasury Consulting Group. You knew my personal number +91 9899 242 978. I repeat +91 9899 242 978. Please note that 2023 won't be a simple year. There is something big is about to happen. Now, when I say big, I mean to say geopolitical equation. Take a note of that. And I'm keeping a very strict eye on the global geopolitical equations, tracking different websites, internet, newspapers, magazines, and try and see what all best information I can get, of course, in public. But my worry is geopolitical equation. If there is a single mess which would happen to geopolitical equation, it would create a big mess for the globe. Rest, we should leave it on the time. Thank you very much, guys. This is Rahul Magan.